Me. Trying something new today. So, I mean, trying something new here. I've done paper mache stuff before. So like, I don't know. I just figured it would be interesting to answer questions about what I'm currently doing. Um, just if you have any questions on this, let me know. I'll try and type if I can. Ask me questions because my hands are all jacked up right now. Hopefully you can hear me. You should be on. So basically this has to do with my community post I posted the other day. I was talking about a door stop from paper mache that I've put off for a year, and you'll hear me kind of tell this dumb story in the video. Because basically I wanted to do this last year before Halloween because I thought it was a really good idea. But for some reason I had this obsession with concrete, and I wanted to fill this with like the Kwikset, like Quikrete. Like I don't know, I just became like super obsessed with the idea. And but the fact like I have never made concrete made me put off the video until I was like, well, I gotta practice, I gotta practice. And well, a year later, I was just like, dude, why are you even waiting with this concrete idea? You know what I mean? Like sometimes I get an idea in my head and I'm just like, I obsess over it and then I can't complete the task. And I couldn't complete the task because I've never made concrete. So, anyways, I was just like, dude, why don't you just fill the bottle with sand and pebbles? It'll be heavy. And it is. I'm just like not that bright, you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, right now I'm doing the second coat. I already filmed some of this earlier today when I did the first coat and forming the body, which I formed the body out of aluminum foil, and the arms are pipe cleaners. I know it looks kind of nuts right now, but paper mache usually doesn't look all that impressive at this state. But I think so far it's pretty good. Let me see. God. See, and this paper mache is so messy. Trying to like try my best not to make a big mess. One time I made a paper mache piñata, which is like kind of the only way to make it. I made a piñata one time for my son's birthday. He's like, I want a UFO. So I was like, okay. So it took me and my brother a month to make this like it was like the size of my kitchen table, this massive UFO piñata. Literally took a month. And even my grandmother was helping us at the time. And what I did is like to make the circular saucer, we blew up a bunch of balloons and then like taped them together in a circle and then just started like building towards the center. Like, you know how like in the middle of the saucers, it has like the hump where the head's supposed to go for the driver or whatever. So we did that and that took like a month and a ton of flour, a ton of flour and water and freaking newspaper. But it came out pretty cool and my kid got what he wanted. But like literally when we did that project, my kitchen it was just like exploding with like there's powder everywhere from the flour. It was just nuts. It was absolutely nuts. Go back to bed, please. I love you too. Go back to bed. I'm working on it. I'll show you when I'm done. Go back to bed, please. You have school tomorrow. In a little bit. Go to bed. See, I can't even do videos. Everyone's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm doing stuff. But that's how it is when you have kids. No one lets you do nothing. Here, let me go wash my hands because I have to do something else now. And I'm sure you can still hear me. I'm just away from the computer. It gets hard on your hands. And this is the second time I had some gloves next to me, and I still didn't put the gloves on before I started doing this. So this crap is like, it won't come off my hands. Jeez. Here's my towel. Dry my hands. So I think I'm going to do next. Oh, and by the way, if you ever want to do paper mache with flour, it's in my recipe, I did a cup of flour and about a cup and a half of water. And it kind of gives you like a semi-watery, like pancake batter consistency. Because you don't want it too thick, because as you could see when I was like dipping the paper in the paper mache, you gotta like kind of take off the excess. And like if it's too thick, you're gonna tear your paper in half. So I think right here is good. And one of the other reasons why I wanted to use concrete in this was because I had been watching videos about concrete, and it, again, I was obsessed with the idea. But, you know, plastic gets old. So my train of thought in the far, far future, if you kept this like for a really long time, is that even if the plastic broke, your concrete would still be formed and crap wouldn't fall out. You know what I mean? But it is kind of ambitious for me as someone, I've never made concrete before. So I still had the same idea. So what my alternate thought of that is, like, you know how like when glass is about to break in a window and people put tape over it, so at least when it breaks in one piece, you know what I'm saying? So I think what I'm going to do here is kind of approach this the same way. When the plastic does get really, really old and it wants to break if you drop this, I'm just going to wrap the whole bottom in duct tape to serve the same purpose for the future if that ever does happen. So that way it kind of holds together and you can catch it or whatever and take it outside before, you know, sand and pebbles burst in your living room or wherever you're at. And plus, I was like, I was going to paper mache this whole bottom part, but I was like, why? It's a waste. You're not going to see it, because like from here down is going to be the gown for this Katrina. So it's a non-issue. It's absolute non-issue. Let me see. I am a huge fan of duct tape. It saves everything. Well, actually, that's not duct tape. It's Gorilla Tape, but you know, you get in the same habit of calling all tissue Kleenex when Kleenex is a brand of tissue. But you know what I mean. So I do like duct tape. It does fix everything in the universe. I used to use it on my shoes in high school. When my shoes would start disintegrating, I'd just slap some duct tape on it and it would fix almost everything. Also today, I can barely walk. I can't sit on the toilet. Why, you ask? Because my husband yesterday put me through kettlebell boot camp in my garage. And normally I don't feel sore the next day when I work out. You have that like delayed muscle thing like 2 days later. But nah, I woke up this morning and I couldn't even sit on the toilet. Like, and I did roll and everything, did the rolling, but like, dang, dude, like I can't even barely move. I can't even bend down today. I tried to bend down to like give my dogs food, and I was just like, I felt like I was 80 years old. Like, just no offense to anybody that's 80 out there, but I just felt like super, super old. You know what I mean? Let's see, I'm just going to cover this whole bottom here. And then I think one of the last layers of this, I'll go over it in paper towels. I'm thinking now, just because she's going to have like, I'm going to have to paint back a white face on, you know, for like the skeletal face on the head. And I don't want to have put so many layers of black paint, because I'm trying to cover all this newspaper stuff. Then I'll have trouble maybe getting the white to come out on the black paint. So I think I'm going to do that too. Some changes I'll mention in the video, because I wasn't sure at first, like, am I going to do it all like in paper towels, or because each like material that you use, it serves a purpose. Like toilet paper if I want a little more smoother, or paper towels if I want like a texture on it. In my experience and opinion. Let's see. Yeah, so I mean, the tutorial I'm gonna make for this is kind of like, I don't even know if I'm gonna call it a tutorial, because I've done stuff where I call it like watch me's. Like I'm not really like teaching you anything. You're just watching me like make something. And I am kind of like showing you how to do stuff. But this is like, I'm kind of making this up as I go. It's just one of those projects where it's like, well, because like I was saying, at first, like her arms were out like this, and then I kind of like broke them in and I made her put them together because I'm trying to cover up the fact that I can't do fingers. So I was like, well, I'll put a bouquet, and that's not unheard of. Like a lot of these Day of the Dead figurines, they're holding like umbrellas, or they are holding bouquets, stuff like that. So, and then I was thinking too, like towards the end, like it would be cool if she had a hat and a corset. Like that would be cool. So I'm not really sure how long it's going to take me to film this, because every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, I can add cool stuff here and cool stuff there. Like I'm just dragging it on. Do, do, do. Yeah, this Gorilla Tape is like no joke. It doesn't even want to come off of itself. Okay, so while I'm here, I can just chit chat about some mindless crap. I recently started watching 2 shows with my husband on HBO. We started watching The Third Day with Jude Law, and then we also, that just started, but we're also like about 3-4 episodes in on Lovecraft Country. If you have not started watching Lovecraft Country and you have HBO, dude, that show is crazy. I was talking to someone on my Facebook the other day because they made a comment about it, like, this Lovecraft Country show, it's like crazy, doesn't make any sense. And I was like, yeah, dude, the only consistent thing about Lovecraft Country is that it's inconsistent. It's like, what is it? It's like sci-fi? Is it horror? Is it what genre is this? Um, what genre of movie is this? It's like high. What do they used to call it back in the day? High fantasy? Like, what is this? Like, it's literally a show that's like all over the place, but it's like the same characters. There's like this woman and this guy that it's following around basically. I don't want to like spoil it for anybody, but who is it? Hey girl, what's up? Nice to see you here. I'm just having I don't know, I'm kind of doing a live where you're watching me make stuff and talk and watch me talk to myself. How you been, girl? If you don't know what I'm doing, I'm making a Day of the Dead doorstop. That's what I'm making. That's what my tutorial is going to be about. But I don't know, like I'm making this, and this is kind of like an all over the place tutorial, kind of like the show Lovecraft Country. Do you watch that show? Made some butter. Girl, that's what I want to make this week for dinner too. I have my butternut squash. I was like, because it's butternut squash soup season for me. I know, right? Oh, dude, you gotta get that is such a good show. Oh man, I was just stating right now. I don't know if you were in here, but I was talking about how I was talking to someone on my Facebook the other day about Lovecraft Country, and they were like, I don't understand the show. And I was like, yeah, well, the only thing consistent about it is that it's inconsistent. Caesar, what's up? Yes, Jordan Peele. Of course, that's why it's so good. Like I honestly think Jordan Peele he's gonna be like a legendary horror filmmaker. I mean, who would have thought like this comedian whose show just had to come up and fill a spot after Dave Chappelle like called it quits would be such a visionary for the horror genre. Like his movies are insane. He's like one of the best. Oh, I know. Get Out was like what, dude? I still haven't seen Ma, and what else? I haven't seen his Twilight because he also, I think, directed or produced the Twilight Zone series that was on TBS or something. I never got to see that one, but his stuff is like awesome. Freaking, oh man, dude, I'm just remembering I haven't seen Us either. Damn, it's because I can't watch anything like when my kids are here. I can't watch any of my movies. It's like, oh, like I want to watch all this stuff. Oh, it's not okay, but I still want to watch it. I actually like Jordan Peele. For as much as the comedy world gives Key and Peele crap because they filled the slot after Dave Chappelle, they're brilliant guys. Like you can't shit on them. You know what I mean? Mama needs. I do exactly, dude. that's why. That's why I tell my kids go to sleep now. I have things to do. I don't know. Caesar, are you still here? It's good. It's good to see you. I hope the family's okay. Because this coronavirus crap it's real. Coronavirus. Let me see. I have to agree, Acrofo. Yeah, I don't. I always think like because really like because I'm a huge comedy like nerd, so I kind of like go into forums and I watch what people say and I watch documentaries and interviews of other comedians and writers that worked on the Chappelle show. And then when that whole thing happened, when he went to Africa, they really, really shit on Key and Peele. Like they do. They're like, this show is terrible. But I always think like if Dave Chappelle never existed and Key and Peele was like the first one, I would be calling them geniuses. Like they would be winning the Emmys tonight. You know what I mean? I'm sure Jordan Peele will eventually, but like I think they're as good. Like, but people give them shit because they came second. You know what I mean? I've seen a couple interviews with Ari Spears, and I want to say he does. I've seen the interviews with him on Vlad TV, and he does kind of like. I mean, he does talk crap about them, right? Like he calls them phonies or whatever, right? Yeah, yeah, he does. He has, which is sad because like I really like Ari Spears too from like Mad TV, and for him to have like that attitude, like it's just off putting because you know, I guess as like minority comedians, like you gotta kind of like take care of your people and uplift, like just to talk shit about people in your same industry, like dude, it's like I would understand them talking shit about like Amy Schumer because I think she's a fake, but like those dudes, yeah, these exactly. Yeah, I know. He talks about their wives. Like, who does that, dude? Like, you know, coincidentally, they both have white wives. So what, dude? Like, there's the people they fell in love with. Like, what even? Like, yeah. Like when I saw the interview, I was so disappointed because I really like Ari Spears. I did. Okay, sorry. Yeah, like chill out, Ari Spears. Don't come. I'm on a live. Don't come over here. Just don't get behind me. Sorry. If you don't want to see my husband in his underwear, people. Why is everyone up now? I gave it to him in this little cup. Yeah. Who else did I watch? The interview. Law TV did a couple people that worked on the show. Andrew, I'm on a live, son. Don't. Oh no. You literally bent down in front of the camera.
Unless your friends are.
There's only okay. There's 4 people in here. I don't know who the other 2 are. Excuse me, everybody. This is what my family does. We walk around in our underwear. We just walk around. Stop. Put the cat down. She doesn't like being held. The last what? I put it in the fridge because it was good, and I don't want to waste food. I know, right? They're gonna have the drama channels after me now. She has her kids walking around doing God knows what. Girl, did you? My daughter saw Predator. Where? What? My cat's name is Vasquez. I used to have 2 cats. I had this cat first. Her name's Vasquez because Vasquez is this probably will shock people, but she's my favorite character from Alien. It's not Ripley. Ripley comes second. I love Vasquez. And then I had another cat that I named her Ripley, but she ran away. So now I just have Vasquez. I know. Dude. Vasquez was a G, but really, we have to give credit to the Jeanette Goldstein, who's not even Hispanic. She's like a white lady. She's such Jeanette Goldstein is such an amazing character actor. Like nobody gives her the time of day and credit that they should because her characters are amazing. Yeah, she's Jewish. She's amazing. Oh, okay. Cool, dude. Caesar, are your girls on virtual learning? My kids are still. They didn't send my oldest one back because we've had Wi-Fi. Good night. Everybody's coming out. Here, I'll go. Let me go into my room now. Hold on. Yes, we are. Is your Sopranos over? Oh, good night, Daniel. Hey, let me come into my room. 10 more minutes and then I'll go. No, you can't come in here. You're in your underwear. I love you too. Okay, hold on. Ugh. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say the same thing, Acrophobe. You know her roles. Like nothing but respect to Jeanette Goldstein because she's awesome. If she had the chance to be like a Gary Oldman, I truly believe Jeanette Goldstein would be the female Gary Oldman. Like I think she's amazing, but that's just my opinion. She should have had a dude. She's been awesome. But that's why I named my cat Vasquez because, yeah. Okay, this is what I was going to ask you, Acrophobe. Did you see the drama that is going down with Candy Johnson and Beauty Blender? Have they been talking about that drama? I try and stay away from drama, girl. I got out of it with all the videos. I was just like, I've had enough of this life. But oh, okay. Well, then never mind. Dude, I have a Candy Johnson, she's a makeup artist. But if you don't know who she is, then that's fine. Well, you just have to go to her Instagram. Somebody accused her like out of the blue, like it doesn't even make sense on TikTok about she stole her serum that she sent her in PR and she sold it to Beauty Blender, and now Beauty Blender has some kind of like serum primer. Like it doesn't even make sense. That's like it's like a modern day witch hunt. It's like someone claiming that Candy Johnson looked at their cow and then their cow stopped making milk and now they're being accused of horrible things. Like it doesn't even make any sense. That's what the drama is. It's ridiculous. Like you need to go to Candy Johnson's Instagram and check that out. It's pretty fresh tea. I don't know if any of the drama channels have picked it up, but I follow Candy Johnson on Instagram and that's what she was talking about. And I was just like, the milk's gone bad. Yeah, it's all powdered milk now. But I had a interesting story about Michael Bean I was going to share with you. So like and if Caesar's still here, maybe he knows of this story, but like a couple years ago here where I live, we have like a sci-fi convention every year. And um they were supposed to have Michael Bean and Michael Jai White, like a bunch of actors and stuff, right? Because it's like a science fiction convention or whatever. So the guy who was running it was called not Sensitive, it was called EPCON, El Paso Con. Geez, I almost like named the wrong convention. It was called El Paso Con. And so like the guy did not meet any of, like, they had all these actors come on and there was all this drama because actors like Shannon, what's her name? Shannon Tweet, not Shannon Tweet. God, who's the chick that played in American Pie? That's Shannon. Um, they were booking all these actors and actresses, and then they were coming back on their Twitter and being like, I've never, Shannon, thank you, Shannon Elizabeth. I've never been booked for this show. I don't know what EPCon is. Um, I wish they would stop advertising because my people never book me and I've never heard of this. So like that was happening. And then it turned out in the end, a lot of people were saying that their guarantees were not met. Cause I guess when you're on one of these, to do these shows, they guarantee you like, oh, you're going to get a $10,000 appearance fee plus, you sell your stuff and everything. And then you make your money extra. Ah, okay, Caesar. Um, so like, yeah, so it came down to the end of the day, like Michael Bean's people were supposed to go collect their money at the end of the EPCon, and the offices for this guy were closed and they didn't have his check. So he was like banging and trying to kick down the door of the offices wherever they have this sci-fi convention here. And he was like demanding his money and he was cussing out the guy that was running it. And like, I don't know if Michael Bean ever got paid, but like they called the cops and it was like a huge local celebrity drama because they didn't have his money. Yeah, it was run by like this guy. Like he didn't even, I don't even think he knew what he was doing. Like he was booking all these people and saying, like I said, like, and then some people were like, we've never been booked for this. Like, what is this? Um, so like Michael Bean almost kicked that dude's ass. It was like it was kind of funny because like, people, we live in this small town. It's like you're drawing negative attention. Like you're making everyone in this town look bad because you don't know what the hell you're doing. See, Vasquez had the best lines, dude. Dang, I really wish she had made it to the next one. This is correct, acrophobe. But yeah, I'm gonna let my um, little Katrina, was it dry? I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know. But that's what's happening with me. I'm finally starting to work because COVID's over now. I'm starting trying to freaking work, but girl, if you've seen my other lives that I've had over the Saturday, I'm working at a food bank and there are some serious crazies that come by. Like there was one where, oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah. Tell me to go to bed. I'm a grown up. Yeah, it's an actual tutorial. See, my channel, as much as you would see me on in the drama channels, I have a legitimate tutorial channel where I teach people how to make stuff. Um, so if you look at one of my, I'll just give you like the cliff notes on one. There was a week ago where a very, very large woman with shorts and a midriff camisole top and like no bra with her boobies down to her knees was trying to break into the Wells Fargo where we were having our food bank. And she went across the street to where they have their drive-through bank part. And she like took off her shirt and she was running around with no shirt on. And the titties were like free and just swinging back and forth. It was insane because, like we're in the public families and children and people can see her. And she was just like screaming. She wanted to go into the bank because she wanted to get her money out. But because of COVID, like they don't let anybody in the bank right now. It's just by appointment only. And plus, come to find out, she didn't even have any identification or a debit card to take her money out. So she couldn't even take out her money if she wanted to. And she was just like screaming and cursing and trying to break the doors down to get in. Like it was crazy. So that's what we're dealing with. Oh my gosh, dude. I mean, and then like another time a person came through the drive-through drinking, just like drinking and doing all that stuff like crazy, like just embarrassing stuff for adults, you know what I'm saying? Like truly embarrassing things that they shouldn't. Oh, I know, right? Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'll get off now. It's already been half an hour because it is time now. True, yes. It's time now for me to go off because I'm gonna watch second episode of The Third Day and the new episode of Lovecraft Country with my husband because that's our Sunday ritual. So thank you everyone for joining me on this live. Have a good night and take care. Be safe. Okay. Bye.